Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. This is your English teacher. Today we will start our English book for grade 3, that is Better English Literacy Skills by Maria Rayleigh. Today inshallah we will do first unit, but before starting this book I would like to share our course contents with you people so that you must be clear how many units we are going to do in midterm. We will be doing 8 units. Unit 1 is Tom and Leprechaun. Second unit, Saint Bridget and the Fox. 3, The Apple. 4, Buses. 5, Friends Stick Together. 6, The Toys at Night. 7, Dogs with Jobs. 8, Pedro's Gold. These are the units included in your midterm. And I must tell you that how many things we will do related to one unit. We will be doing reading plus explanation, words meanings, word sentences, handwriting. For these 3 things, you will be needing your rough registers so that you people can write your words meanings, word sentences and handwriting. These activities we will be doing on book inshallah. So let's start our first unit. This is your first unit and these are the words meanings for first unit. Let's read them out. Clever, sharp, dig, hole, spade, a garden tool, mending, repairing, escaped, got free, suddenly, all at once, gentle, soft. Hope you can see it clearly. Now let's move to the chapter. I will read it at once for you people and I will suggest you to read the chapter at least 2 or 3 times to improve your reading skills and your vocabulary. So let's read it. This is a picture. You can see there are 2 characters, Tom and Leprechaun. Leprechaun is a small sort of dwarf, or you can say this is sort of fairy. And this is very clever. We will read in our chapter further about it. You can see the rainbow also. You can see the gold, the pot of gold. These are the things we will read about in this unit. Tom really wanted to find out a leprechaun. His granddad told him if he found a leprechaun, he would be rich. Granddad said the leprechaun was at the end of the rainbow. He said the leprechaun had a pot of gold. Granddad also said the leprechaun was very clever. One day, Tom saw a rainbow. He followed the rainbow all the way to the end. He came to a wood full of trees. Tom heard a small tapping noise. Tick tack, toe. He saw a leprechaun mending shoes. He lifted the little man up in his hand. Good morning, leprechaun, said Tom. I have found you. I want to be rich. Please give me your pot of gold. The leprechaun walked with Tom to a tree in the middle of the wood. The gold is under this tree, he said. You have to dig it up and it will be yours. Tom knew he had to go to home to get a spade. He had a yellow ribbon in his pocket. He tied the ribbon around the tree. Tom knew The leprechaun was very clever. There are many trees there, said Tom. Promise me you will not take any ribbon off the tree, said Tom. I promise I will not touch your ribbon, said the leprechaun. Tom went home. When he came back with his spade, each tree in the wood had a yellow ribbon round it, just like his one. Poor Tom. This was all about your chapter. I will explain it to you. But first of all, I would like to tell you the summary. Tom wanted to become rich. His granddad told him that you can be a rich man if you found the leprechaun. The leprechaun has a pot of gold, and you will find him out by the end of this rainbow. He started his searching. At the end, he found the leprechaun. When he found the leprechaun, he lifted him up, and he asked him that I want to become rich. The clever leprechaun said, okay, I will give you the pot of gold. This is on that tree. You will have to dig it. Then he tied up a ribbon around that tree where the pot of gold was hidden. The Tom went home to get his spade, and he asked leprechaun that he would not touch any tree until and unless he comes back. The leprechaun said, okay, I will not touch this ribbon. When he came back, the Tom came back with a spade. He saw there was ribbon tied up all around the trees. The poor Tom. Tom really wanted to find a leprechaun. He wanted to find a leprechaun because of the reason his granddad told him that he found a leprechaun he would be rich. Tom wanted to become rich. That's why he wanted to find out the leprechaun. Granddad said the leprechaun was at the end of the rainbow. Granddad said that the leprechaun he will find by the end of the rainbow. He said the leprechaun had a pot of gold. This is a pot of gold you people can see. Granddad also said that the leprechaun was very clever. Yes, the leprechaun was very clever. One day Tom saw a rainbow. When the Tom saw a rainbow, it came in his mind that now he can find out the leprechaun. He followed the rainbow all the way to the end. He came to a wood full of tree. Finally, the Tom came here. Tom heard a small tapping noise. And who was making this noise? This leprechaun. And the noise was tick tack toe. He saw a leprechaun mending shoes. The leprechaun was mending shoes. Students, you must have heard a story that the poor shoemaker, he could not make his shoes properly, and he was so poor, even he did not have anything to eat at home. And then somehow it happened that the leprechaun came at night. The leprechaun made so many shoes for the shoemaker, and the next day when the shoemaker woke up, he saw so many shoes in his room, and he was so happy to sell them. When he sold all the shoes, he was rich man. So this is that leprechaun. This is a very mysterious type of creature. So the Tom heard a small tapping noise, tick tack toe. He saw a leprechaun mending shoes. He lifted the man up in his hand. As the Tom was very happy, he was very excited to see the leprechaun, so he lifted up that small bird man in his hand. Good morning, Leprechaun, said Tom. Tom said said to Leprechaun, Good morning. I have found you. I want to be rich. He said that I want to be rich. Please give me your pot of gold. As already he knew that because the granddad told Tom that the leprechaun has a pot of gold. So just at once the Tom asked leprechaun to give him the pot of gold. The leprechaun walked with Tom to a tree in the middle of the wood. He walked with Tom like he did not refuse to give him, but he said, Okay, I will give you. He took Tom to the mid of the tree, middle of the wood. The gold is under this tree. The gold is under this tree. He said, You have to dig it up and it will be yours. You have to dig it up like you will be needing any garden tool, as we have read in the words meanings. He'll be needing a tool to dig up the garden and he will find that gold. Tom knew he had to get he had to go home to get a spade. A spade is a tool to dig the hole, as I told you in the words meanings. He had a yellow ribbon in his pocket. Tom had a yellow ribbon in his pocket. Why he wanted to tie up that ribbon? He wanted to tie up that ribbon because there were so many trees and that tree can be lost. So that's why the Tom tied up a ribbon around that tree so that he can recognize his tree easily. He tied the ribbon around the tree. Tom knew the leprechaun was very clever. He already knew because the granddad told him that the leprechaun is very clever. So he asked leprechaun to promise him that he will not touch his ribbon. There are many trees here, said Tom. Promise me you will not take my ribbon off the tree, said Tom. I promise I will not touch your ribbon. Leprechaun said, I promise I will not touch your ribbon, said the leprechaun. Tom went home. Obviously, he went home. Why he went home? To get a spade. When he came back with his spade, each tree in the wood had a yellow ribbon round it just like his one. The leprechaun was very clever. He fulfilled his promise. He did not touch his ribbon, but he tied a ribbon around all the trees there. Poor Tom. And again, the Tom was left like that. So, hope you people are clear about this lesson in this unit. Inshallah, in the next lesson, we will be doing the exercise of this unit. Thank you so much, students. Have a good time.